Sup guys, esoteric movie time. This is 1967's The Incident, directed by Larry Pierce. You may be more familiar with a film called Triangle of Sadness, directed by Ruben Östlund. Both of these films involve an ensemble cast that have to play out their roles in a relatively confined area. Östlund's film is a mix of comedy and drama, and takes place on a cruise ship. Pierce's film, The Incident, is a mix of drama and horror, psychological terror, and takes place on a New York City subway train. Released in 1967 and deliberately shot in black and white, this film's cinematography perfectly captures the shadiness of urban New York and how dangerous it once was, and to some degree still is. Unlike most modern movies, the events in this film are all highly plausible. It's just two assholes terrorizing the passengers who happen to be on the same train. This happens all the time even today. I see it almost every day, and I myself have also been in incidents like these. It's not too uncommon in New York. The acting in this film is phenomenal. After looking it up, I actually had a hard time believing this was Martin Sheen's feature film debut as an actor. There's absolutely no stilted acting. Not once does an actor seem self-conscious in any scene. Everything is played out very organic. If you watch the extras for this movie, you actually find out that the actor who plays alongside Martin Sheen, terrorizing passengers, had difficulty getting out of his role after his shooting was done. He was so into it, playing this loony, that he was having psychological issues. Everyone was giving it their all. Now, I won't spoil anything. There is one particular scene in The Incident that really makes you think. When faced truly with a life and death situation, would you really stand up for yourself? Would you really have the courage to stand up for those you love? Would you be able to maintain your altruism when shoved up against a lethal weapon? One of the most evocative films of all time. These actors, they're not taking on caricatures. They're taking on real roles, playing people that are just people. No one's trying to be a hero. They all have their inadequacies, and they're all just trying to survive. The film just does such a consummate job at conveying fear in a very sincere way, a very pure form of trepidation when faced with the prospect of losing everything in an instant. As you can see, I've got two variants of The Incident on Blu-ray. One is the US release from Twilight time, the other is a UK release from Eureka. I didn't know which was better. Both labels have good reputations. The Incident from Twilight time comes in a thinner Elite case. The Incident from Eureka comes in a much thicker Amray case. The booklet for Twilight time is a bit thinner. With the Eureka release, you get a reversible cover. It is a dual disc release with a DVD copy. And no booklet. So you get a thicker case with the Eureka release, but you do at least get a booklet with the Twilight time. Let's have a look at the blurbs. The Incident, directed by Larry Pierce and written by Nicholas E. Baer, is an excoriating look at the average New Yorker's failure to get involved, even when confronted by the most egregious and unfair form of sudden violence. Shot in brilliant quasi-documentary style by Gerald Hirschfield, it focuses on a nightmare subway trip and a gang of passengers terrorized by a pair of punks. The victims include veterans and an array of newcomers. That's Twilight Time's blurb. Moving right along, this is Eureka's blurb. A riveting urban tension thriller and a fantastic snapshot of 1967 New York City in all its seedy black and white glory. The Incident also features an iconic 60s cast that must be seen to be delivered. Martin Sheen makes his feature film debut as one of two small-time hoods. The other is Tony Musant, in one of his earliest roles, terrorizing a subway car full of trapped passengers, portrayed by an ensemble cast including Thelma Ritter, Beau Bridges, Ed McMahon, Donna Mills, Jack Gilford, Brock Peters, Ruby Dee, and hosts of other instantly recognizable faces from New York City films and television of the era. After mugging an old man for a few dollars, thugs Artie and Joe hop a subway deep in Bronx and proceed to threaten and intimidate the Sunday night commuters all the way to Times Square. The terrified riders are a mixed group: an elderly Jewish couple, a family trying to protect their 5-year-old daughter, an alcoholic, 2 teens on a date, 2 military privates, a bigoted African-American man and his wife, etc. But they are united by their fear and sense of helplessness, as switchblade-wielding Joe and Artie block the subway doors from opening at stops and prevent the riders from leaving. Will any of them have the courage to confront the 2 maniacs?